This week on Wrestle WreMarks, WWE said you thought this schedule was confusing before. Well, hold my briefcase.
Money in the Bank got moved. Saturday night's main event is sliding into Atlanta. Roman Reigns is coming back to Raw. And somehow, the biggest villain in wrestling history this week might be a runaway American flag from WWE Headquarters.
We also got Gunther threatening lawsuits. Cody Rhodes ready to fight anybody with a pulse. Sami Zayn spiraling because nobody respects him. Dominik Mysterio stealing his way in deeper into that King of the Ring tournament. And Oba Femi calling Brock Lesnar something we can absolutely not put on a church bulletin.
Yes, and don't forget, NXT, Zaria finally gets her hands on gold. Naraku punches his ticket to Tony D'Angelo. Shiloh Hill became Mr. NXT before getting folded like a lawn chair.
Plus, the newswire is stacked. Zilla Fatu was seen at the Performance Center. Pat McAfee about to back up that ESPN money truck. Konnan getting major help from WWE during a scary health battle. Road Dogg explaining why he walked away. And LA Knight already talking like a man who knows that Bloodline tax is coming due.
And it's another one of those weeks where WWE gave us wrestling, lawsuits, tournaments, family drama, medical updates, mystery trademarks, and a power outage of all things.
So, let's get into it. This is Wrestle WreMarks. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, marks of all ages, welcome back to the Wrestle WreMarks. As always, I'm your host, Chris.
And I'm Pat.
And this week, we got a full show. We've got Newswire, SmackDown recap, Raw recap, and NXT recap. No side quests, no detours this time.
Yeah, you say that now, but this company had a flag knockout power in Connecticut. We are already in side quest territory.
Fair enough.
No NPCs right now.
Fair enough. We are absolutely in that side quest territory. But before we get to the shows, we got to hit the newswire because the wrestling world was busy this week. And with that said, it is time.
It's time. It's
newswire
time.
Let's start with Roman Reigns because WWE confirmed the World Heavyweight Champion returns to Raw next week in Baltimore.
And that timing is interesting because the whole King of the Ring tournament is basically turning to a line of people saying, when I win, I'm coming for Roman.
Yes, they are. Roman is coming off those back-to-back wars with Jacob Fatu, including Fatu finally acknowledging him on Raw after Clash in Italy. But what's interesting is Roman is not front and center of that Night in Champions poster, even though, you know, the King of the Ring winner could be coming directly for him and his title at SummerSlam.
Yeah, well, that tells me two things. Either WWE is keeping Roman's direction close to the vest, or Roman is about to walk into Raw where everybody from Seth Rollins to Oba Femi to LA Knight is looking at him like he's food, but not dog food.
No, not that one. That's for him. That's the big dog. Now, speaking of King of the Ring, and before we go there as well, we were talking about, you know, him acknowledging Jacob Fatu. Them almost might be coming for him at SummerSlam. So I would imagine he's not front and center of that poster as well because they're trying to put more focus on the King of the Ring tournament maybe. Mm-hmm. But, you know, we were talking about Brock possibly being in there too. So there's also that possibility. They're going to be at Riyadh. You know they love themselves some Brock.
Of course.
So we could see him interfere in that match as well. And speaking of King of the Ring, though, WWE also revealed that Night of Champions will air Saturday, June 27th, live from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia at 1 p.m. Eastern. So if you're in Texas like us, that'll be at 12. That show will host the King and Queen of the Ring finals with the winners earning a world title match at SummerSlam.
So this is just not a escape. So this is just not a crown and cape situation. Mm-mm. This is a road to Minnesota. to Minneapolis.
Because before it just used to be, the cape, the crown,
Exactly.
the scepter,
and then you get the music.
And then you get the music.
And then you get King
Booker. I like how we went the same route with that.
Yeah, King Booker used to make him kiss the lemon pepper steppers.
And WWE's schedule even got more interesting because Money in the Bank has been moved again. It was originally supposed to be August 29th, then September 6th, and now October 10th in New Orleans.
Yeah, that briefcase has been around more than Tupac has. I get around.
The report says it's tied to a scheduling issue involving a broadcast partner, and WWE had been talking about the move internally for about a month now. But September 6th is not empty anymore after that because WWE announced a special Sunday night's main event from the State Farm Arena in Atlanta.
So Atlanta loses Money in the Bank? Nope. Atlanta gets chaos in a different rapper.
Yep. They're about to turn the heat up in Hotlanta.
It's about to be like the Harlem Heat.
And we already have Saturday night's main event coming July 18th from Madison Square Garden, then this Atlanta show on September 6th. So WWE is clearly treating these specials like something special.
Yeah, and if it's the last one taught us anything, they are not just throwing these out, they're putting real storyline weight behind them.
Yeah, they are. And speaking of storylines, let's talk about the biggest storyline going on right now, which would be Bloodline. And this is Bloodline adjacent because Zilla Fatu was reportedly seen at the WWE Performance Center.
Here we go. Another Fatu walks in the building and suddenly everybody starts checking the family tree.
Ooh, they better be scared for that one. That's the main one.
Yeah. And
Zilla, of course, son of Umaga,
yes,
which
sir.
we've talked about many times on this podcast. He's wrestled a bit under 3 years, trained at Reality of Wrestling under Booker T's promotion, and has already held titles in places like House of Glory and Fourth Rope. Paul Heyman, which we reported previously, also revealed earlier this year that WWE would be remiss if they didn't sign him at the first opportunity they got.
Yeah, and with everything going on with Roman, Jacob, Solo, Tama, Tala, the Usos, and Royce Key circling this whole thing, this is the worst possible time for any member of the Bloodline to enter another chess piece.
Or the best possible time.
Yeah.
It just depends on who you are.
Yeah, for WWE, for everybody else, absolutely not.
Y'all better be careful. The main one's gonna come and start giving Samoan spikes to everybody with Solo.
With Solo.
I wonder if that would be it. I'd rather have him with Jacob. I was just throwing stuff out there. But another big name story: Pat McAfee reportedly negotiating a massive new ESPN deal, possibly in the 60 to 65 million per year range.
Yeah. You know what I heard? Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talks.
Yeah, that's not what you would think, for Pat McAfee, but he ain't never got to take a bump again. That's the kind of money he getting right now.
Yeah, that is. The report also says that TKO execs Ari Emanuel and Mark Shapiro might be involved, and that ESPN could expand McAfee's NFL and college football responsibilities if he lands that number. He could actually become the highest paid employee at ESPN, which is wild.
Yeah, which makes WWE's future even more questionable. He already stepped away from that with the Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes story, and if ESPN's giving him more work and more money, I don't see him rushing back to the commentary.
No, maybe a one-off appearance or maybe promoting things on his show. Nah, I don't see a full-time return. It feels unlikely if this deal happens for sure. He's been racking up more and more stuff. I mean, I was telling you, I was watching the Pat McAfee feed for the Spurs game the other day. Like, he's really... Go Spurs. They played tonight. Well, by the time you see this, they played yesterday.
Yeah.
But
and we won yesterday.
And we won.
You like that, don't you?
Man.
Is that a prediction? It's a spoiler.
Oh man, that was good. That was so good.
Got him.
But yeah, he's gonna be gone from that desk. Now in a serious one, Konnan has reportedly undergone double leg amputation. We reported this. We only saw one at first.
Yeah,
apparently.
I even asked whatever happened with this update,
and here we go. It's actually a double leg amputation he had to go through, and Vince Russo said Konnan told him WWE is covering every cent of his medical bills.
Yeah, that's a rough situation. You never want to hear that anybody, especially someone who's meant so much to Lucha Libre and the wrestling world as a whole.
Konnan has been involved with AAA creatively on commentary, and with WWE's ownership of them, he remains connected with the company. That cost has to be massive, I would imagine. So if WWE is covering that, that is huge.
Yeah, and credit, you gotta give credit where credit is due. We all call out companies when they do nonsense. You also gotta acknowledge when they step up in real life situations.
True, absolutely. Wishing Konnan strength in his recovery. He's great mind for the business, and I can't wait to see him
Viva la
back.
raza.
I hope he still comes back.
Yeah, me too. Oh yeah, I would hope he goes back on commentary. But also, we're gonna talk about Vladimir too. Same to him.
Yeah, strength and recovery in his recovery as well. The superfan Vlad was hospitalized after a serious fall in New York, resulting in a severe concussion. His family also shared that he had been battling Parkinson's disease, which caused his balance issues. The good news is, after a month in the hospital, he was discharged over the weekend, though he'll need extensive physical therapy.
And that man is a part of wrestling history. You see Vladimir in old crowd shots and instantly feels like classic WWE.
That it does. And the report says he is eager to return to wrestling events when he can, so hopefully he gets there soon.
And wrestling fans are crazy, but in that case, that's heart, that's love.
Another health update. Kathy Kelly revealed she recently was diagnosed with autism. She said it helped reframe how she understood herself socially, and she credited Kevin Owens as one of the biggest sources of support because of his own understanding through his son, who is also on the spectrum.
Yes, I have deep sentiment with that, because my son is also autistic, but that's awesome for her to share that publicly, because a lot of people may hear that and feel seen.
Yeah, exactly. She talked about being introverted and how this diagnosis gives her more language to understand that. And KO being the direct, grounded friend somehow makes perfect sense.
Yeah, Kevin Owens being the friend who tells you the truth. Yeah, I believe that one 100%.
Yeah,
1,000%.
He's one of those guys. Now, Taylor Maine, former WCW wrestler and actor, also revealed that he has breast cancer and has started chemotherapy. He pointed out how male breast cancer is rarely talked about and often found later, which can lead to worse outcomes.
Yeah, that's scary, but using his platform to bring awareness matters.
It does, because you don't hear many cases, and the more people are outspoken about it, the more people are going to go get checked. Of course, he's known to a lot of people as Sabretooth from X-Men, but he also wrestled as Big Sky in WCW, wishing him all the best.
Yes, absolutely.
Former WWE star Michael Tarver is also officially stepping away from wrestling. Extreme Fight World confirmed that his final match was May 23rd against No. Tarver had a stroke in 2025 and had already slowed down in recent years.
Yeah, Nexus debut is still one of the wildest Raw moments ever.
Yeah, I love that moment. That Nexus group coming up and laying out John Cena.
And Daniel Bryan getting fired for choking.
You can't ever forget that visual.
Yeah,
That's a visual that stays in your head for sure. That was one of the rawest Raw moments.
I'm afraid I had some bad news. That's where it all started.
And that's what they told Daniel Bryan after that. But no question, he is now shifting into music. including a single that is entitled "Stomp," which released last week.
Yeah, good for him finding the next chapter. I did see something like on that. He turned to a Christian rapper. I did hear the song. It's pretty good. It sounded like some Tech Nine,
Yeah, like that kind of style.
Yeah.
Well, also, Road Dogg opened up about his WWE departure. He said he still loves wrestling, but felt WWE didn't need him anymore. He said the company was firing on all cylinders, printing money hand and fist, setting records, and he just felt complacent.
You know who was printing money hand and fist? Pat McAfee. That was honest, though. Like, painfully honest.
He also admitted he wasn't having fun anymore. He stayed longer than he wanted out of fear of unemployment and credited his wife for helping him finally make that decision.
Yeah, that line is about his wife saying, "I lived with you in a tent." That's real. That's somebody telling you, we survived worse than this.
That's a great support system to have, and kudos to his wife. Shout out to Road Dogg. We hope that you are finding a good life after wrestling right now. I'm sure we will see you again. But now something completely different. WWE filed a trademark for Reina Volcan, which translates to Volcano King, or Queen, excuse me, which many are speculating now.
Yes, that name sounds like somebody who either wins a title or destroys an entire village. Just glad they didn't name it Shockmaster.
That's a good one. No word yet on who it could be for. It could be NXT. It could be main roster, AAA, or just WWE securing some future options. But with the Queen of the Ring going on, AAA heating up, and Lucha names floating around, people are already speculating.
Yeah, and WWE loves filing mysterious names just to make everybody turn into detectives. It could be the Gobbledygooker. It could be Santina. Who knows?
Santina. Nice. Booker T and Ricochet also continued on the finisher spam debate. Ricochet was talking about how he takes his inspiration from anime and things of that sort. Booker said he understands Ricochet's view, especially with the younger wrestlers taking inspiration from anime and video games. But Booker believes that a wrestling show should build towards a crescendo of sorts and not give everything away in the opening match.
Yeah, I'm with Booker on that one. I like the crazy stuff. But if every match feels like Yu Yu Hakusho, Dragon Ball Z, then the main event better be the Tournament of Power.
It better be, man.
Like, speaking of, video games, I just killed me a 1 week Winged Angel on Kingdom Hearts the other day, dog.
He told a story about how someone saying Roman versus Punk at WrestleMania was not impressive because, quote unquote, they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And Booker pointed out that sometimes the magic is in the pacing, tension, and timing. You got to tell that story.
Yeah, that's different. Moves, versus moments. Well, when I got here, he was watching 92
WCW.
Yeah, WCW, and man, I was just taken back. I was like, this is what wrestling is, bro. Like,
it was so good.
It was good. It was beautiful. The visuals, the commentary didn't feel like it was. Commentary felt like it was truly part of the story. Mm-hmm. It was just great. Everything.
Jesse and freaking JR together was chef's kiss, man.
Yeah. Great.
Everything.
Not that it's not now, but I mean, you just go back and watch those old wrestling. I'm not talking about Attitude Era. I'm talking about WCW had it when they were.
I was telling you, whenever, if I was fully aware back then, watching these two products, I would have been a WCW fan, no doubt.
Definitely.
Especially around that time.
Yeah.
And they had a bunch of greats on there, and none of those matches disappointed, to be honest.
Junkyard Dog.
For real. Cactus. Stunning Steve.
Barry Windham. The whole man, Paul Heyman still got the vision. Back then, he got it now.
That man's a GOAT right there.
Yeah, dude.
AJ Styles also had some big praise for Chad Gable, saying WWE would be dumb not to capitalize on him right now. AJ called Chad Gable legit scary and said he could be world champion.
Yeah, I love that. Gable is one of them ones, bro. For real. We've been screaming for him for years. Push this man. He should have been Kurt Angle's son. I don't know about Jason Jordan.
Nah. I love the Jason Jordan moment. Give me that.
He does.
Next.
He does.
Generation of great.
Yeah, you ever see Jason Jordan? You got a fan. Every time you be pulling out, every time you be pulling people apart, I'll be like, hey, make sure you don't touch Jason Jordan, bro. He's a national treasure. Champions Club.
Oh, man, yes. Champions Club. And with the El Grande Americano storyline ending, the mask coming off, and now his apology tour, it feels like WWE may finally be rebuilding him in a serious way, which I hope so.
Yeah, they better not fumble him. AJ said it himself. It's AJ freaking Styles. Don't be dummies.
Yeah. And Braun Strowman also said that Chad Gable and El Grande Americano match made him remember why he loves professional wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
And made him consider returning. He even rattled off names like Oba Femi as a potential opponent and said if the number had enough zeros, his schedule opens up.
Yeah, Braun versus Oba is, a meat fest. We talking about bratwurst, steak, tomahawks, you know what I'm saying? Lamb chops, whatever you want, bro. Smorgasbord, but not everything else that comes with wrestling.
Yeah, he said he misses that locker room and all that, but that's the most wrestling response ever. You miss the fun part, but you don't miss the nonsense and the hurting of the body and all that other stuff.
You definitely gotta agree with him, dude. That's the most wrestler answer ever. I miss the fun part, not the nonsense, like you said. He's a big dude too. Andre, Oba, small planes.
I'm sure that stuff takes a huge toll on your body, especially being that big and bumping that long and that far. Yeah. Because you're bumping further than anybody else.
That's true.
When you think about it, because you're falling further.
Yeah. Look at Big Show. He's losing all that weight, but he's hurting still.
Yep. Nikki Bella also gave an injury update on her ankle. She said she canceled her trip to Italy to focus on recovery and said she's getting her x-rays a week earlier than planned.
That tells you she's making the return serious. She's taking the return serious.
And which is good for her because, man, she came back for a cup of coffee. The next thing you know, she's hurt again. That must suck. So hopefully she's back as soon as she can be.
Can I tell you something? I got something to admit. I'm actually looking forward to Nikki Bella coming back.
Why, the whole Paige thing?
Yeah, I think
she's gonna turn on Paige?
Yes, I think if they reignite their feud or she jumps her sister too, or whatever it may be.
That reminds me, we didn't see very much of Paige and Brie this past week because of the King of the Ring stuff.
Yeah, but it is what it is. They're just holding on to the titles, but they could also be prolonging it for her return.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is gonna have a good payoff. That's why I'm kind of looking forward to it. And then I can get Paige out of the whole tag team thing.
Yeah. R-Truth also says that he's still not medically cleared after his issues with the MFTs, even though he keeps appearing on TV and trying to help Damian Priest and Royce Keys out.
Truth not being cleared but still running into danger every week is the most R-Truth thing possible.
That it is.
I-95, 7-Eleven, 24/7, 47 times.
He's always there. Now, TNA has some releases, which are some big names. Steve Maclin and Myla Grace. Maclin said he requested for his release after 5 years, and he gave the company praise, but said it's now time to stack bodies.
Nothing's wrong with me.
Oh,
I'm saying the next entrance better be by Giant Pool.
It better be. Also, the Young Bucks gave an update. Oh, before I run over that, I was talking about Myla Grace she used to be in NXT UK, so there is a possibility that she might have some interest in the E. And also Steve Macklin used to be in NXT himself. But, well, that remains to be seen. Macklin's wife is still over there in ROH right now, so you'd imagine he might go over there and want to be around his wife more often than anything else.
But back to
the Young Bucks giving an update of Adam Cole. Oh, you're not gonna do it, okay? It's too late. It's too late.
I'll get it in there.
But they're saying he's improving step by step and taking it day by day. Matt Jackson called him the best person he's ever met in wrestling.
Adam Cole, baby, has had such a rough run physically. You just want to see him healthy, whether he's wrestling again or not.
True.
I think it's time he might
shave that head.
Shave that head.
Become a manager.
Become a manager, just like they wanted him to do in WWE.
See? They knew where you were going.
Oh. All jokes aside, no. I love me some Adam Cole.
Baby.
I would love to see you back in the ring, bro. Boom! Dun, 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 dun.
That's the freaking... That's all the NXT was?
I know.
Oh, man. There's also...
it's all about the... Boom!
There's also a backstage report that AEW had discussions several months ago about Keith Lee returning, though it's unclear whether those talks ever reached Lee or if he's actually cleared.
Yeah, that's always one where, oh man, I get sentimental about this because I love me some Keith Lee. Keith Lee returning would be awesome, but only truth is if he's ready.
Yeah, health always comes first, no matter what, and it's especially in wrestling.
You know, and is he still in the contract?
Yeah, he is still in the contract.
You know, but if he wasn't, him and Oba Femi would be a dream match for me.
Now, LA Knight was already talking about retirement, saying that he's 23 years deep and doesn't want to wrestle into his 50s. He joked about he might do an occasional appearance here or there, or even a GM role, but when he's done, he may just disappear into the sunset.
Okay, so that means that they need to give my guy like 40 championship wins before he, does what he does. But LA Knight retiring is just vanishing and leaving everybody yelling, yeah, to the win. Feels on brand. I'm on.
You think that'll be another one of those what situations when he's gone?
It better be, because I mean, dude, LA Knight's that guy.
That he is. Now, talking about that woman, Nikki Cross, and Big Damo buying Progress and Defy, got another update. The former Progress owner Lee McAster, or at Tier, said that he turned down bigger money because he wanted the right custodians, not just the highest offer.
Yeah, that matters. Independent wrestling, it's independent wrestling.
Yeah, it has its own identity.
Yeah, exactly, man. And you don't want somebody buying it just to strip it for parts. WWE. Lee and his business partner, Martin, best ran Progress since 2021 and will stay involved with wrestling as shareholders in Hook on TV Wrestling.
On Wrestling TV.
Oh, sorry.
And finally, one of the wildest stories of the week. WWE Headquarters had a massive American flag ripped loose during a severe storm, and it got tangled in the high voltage power lines near Stamford train station, causing major power outage in Stamford and Greenwich.
I mean, as they say, that flag went into business for itself. You know what? Screw job.
Screw job. The Stamford screw job.
Yeah, got you.
Reports say about 50,000 or 5,000, 5,000 customers lost power first. Then another outage impacted tens of thousands while crews were trying to remove it. Most customers had power back by Sunday evening or early Monday.
That flag had one more run left in him. That flag said, brother.
Brother. Oh, the power? That doesn't work for me, brother.
The mega powers, brother.
Also, a couple quick hits before we go on to our recaps. The Cauliflower Alley Club, has announced that the Glamour Girls, former WWE Women's Champions, Leilani Kai and Judy Martin, will make history as the first women's tag team to receive the Cauliflower Alley Club Tag Team Award at Cauliflower Alley Club 60. Also, another one, AEW Dynamite, the 2019 and 2021 archive is now available on Tubi. Fans just noticed that the first 101 episodes have dropped on Tubi, which is pretty cool for people who weren't able to see that.
Yeah, I'll probably go watch some of that. That was pretty good.
Also, fans are bum rushing Danhausen's cameo. He's been cursing left and right. He also showed up when Pat McAfee was doing the whole thing with the Spurs and Knicks game, but he's saying, as long as you give me enough human monies, I got you. But at the same time, people keep asking him, curse this team, do this, do that. And Danhausen is saying, his powers might be weighing a little thin now since he's had so many curses going on.
But you can't curse the Spurs, though.
Yeah, that's a given.
You can't curse us. We ready. We've been ready. We gonna stay ready. And by tomorrow, you're gonna know that we won. And that's not a prediction.
That's a spoiler. Well, that was your Newswire. Now let's get into SmackDown. SmackDown opened with Gunther losing his mind over that controversial finish in Clash in Italy. His foot was under the rope, the ref was blind, and Gunther now wants justice.
You can't be having blind referees out here. They need to get that eyes checked. Like, you used to go to the nurse and stuff like this, cover your eye. I agree with him. He came out there like a man who already had drafted a lawsuit in his head.
Man, and he was already punching that keyword lawsuit, as we've seen many times recently with WWE. Now, Cody Rhodes came out and basically says, you're right, your foot was under the rope, but you're also a 20-year pro. Controversial endings happen. Cody then says, if Gunther wants a rematch, they can do it right there.
That just sounds like another excuse for Cody to lose his championship. Like, you want to fight him again after you cheated? He's been cheating.
Yeah, you're right. He has been.
But as they say, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. But that part, I like that part. And I like Cody a lot. But he's corny sometimes. But that man does not duck smoke.
No, he doesn't.
Of course, Raheem does not duck smoke. When he's all like, right now he's Raheem. Cody not here.
Then Sami Zayn comes out, and this is where things get interesting. Sami says both Cody and Gunther did him wrong. Gunther dismisses him because it's all about WWE Championship business right now, not little business.
Yeah.
Cody tells Sami he doesn't know which version of him he's getting anymore.
Yeah, Sami is clearly starting to crack. He keeps trying.
TikTok.
He keeps trying to do the right thing, but he feels like he keeps stepping. Like people keep stepping over him, which they are.
TikTok.
He was right.
Him was right.
Him. You know who we talking about.
Sami says maybe the biggest threat to Cody's championship is staring at him in the eyes.
Man. Hey, he killed a gingerbread man. So
this man's on a mission.
Yeah.
Then the chaos breaks out. Gunther shoves Cody into Sami, locks in the sleepers. Sami rakes the eyes. Cody and Gunther brawl. Sami gets caught in the crossfire, and by the end, Sami refuses Cody's help.
That friendship is hanging on by some dental floss, if you ask me.
For real at this point.
Oh, well, though.
Backstage later, Sami starts throwing water bottles and venting to Johnny Gargano. Nick Aldis tells him to stay out of Cody and Gunther's business, but Sami argues they made it his business.
They do need to check on Sami because he's out here talking to dead bodies and whatnot. Sami is in that dangerous zone where he is not completely wrong, but he is acting completely unhinged.
And then Gunther tells Aldis to fix the situation or he'll get legal involved, saying there will be so many lawsuits that Aldis's grandchildren will need lawyers.
He might have one of them Madame Zeroni curses.
Yeah, that ain't no threat.
Yeah, for real. That's a family curse right there. Your children.
Where's Danhausen when you need him? But I mean, his powers are dwindling a little bit. He's too many curses at once. He needs to rest. Needs to rest the fingers.
Yeah, he's building. I think he's building like instead of a mini housing, a biggie housing.
A biggie housing. Hey, Big E housing.
Oh gosh, no. I curse you for that.
He told him not to touch it, and freaking Miz touched it and got shot.
Miz looked like freaking snake when you touched the thing.
I just saw it in my head too. Oh man. The show also had Queen of the Ring's first round with the Fatal 4-Way between Bayley, Raquel Rodriguez, JC Jane, and Kiana James. This match had a lot going on, but the key story was Raquel was being the powerhouse and Kiana finally snapping on Julia after the match.
Yeah, Raquel looked like a monster, the whole entire match. Anytime the field starts moving fast, she just started throwing people around.
It was the perfect way to slow it down and get that heat, I feel like.
Slow it down.
Raquel wins with the Tejana Bomb on Kiana James, and after the match, Kiana blames Julia, shoves her, and Julia just snaps.
Yeah, that partnership lasted as long as my patience after the Walmart checkout line.
The self-check. But, I mean, she did say it was a business relationship, and business wasn't going good for them. It has to be.
Business is business.
The Judgment Day also had a backstage scene where Liv Morgan accidentally says that she and Dom would be the perfect king and queen of the ring. And Raquel absolutely noticed that one.
She should have said it. But that clubhouse is getting weird. Roxanne is sulking. Raquel is side-eyeing Liv. Liv is keeping focus on Dom, and everybody is pretending everything's fine.
It's like that meme with the little dog. This is fine.
Yeah, everyone's just running out.
That's the Judgment Day right now. Then we got Royce Keys against Tala Tonga. Royce showed fight, but Tala eventually puts him down with the choke slam. After the match, the MFTs jump Royce. R-Truth runs out to help, and Damian Priest pulls Truth out while yelling at him for doing this every single week.
Yeah, Priest is like, I'm trying to save you from yourself. Truth is truthin'.
That's just what Truth does.
He's a true blue guy.
He's trying to be the savior, like his childhood hero,
John Chin,
and his brother,
his big brother,
and his mentor.
His last name's not even R-Truth. It's Ron Cena.
Chenna.
Ron Chenna.
Solo Sikoa later approaches Royce and keeps trying to recruit him, as he has been for a while, saying that Roman made Jacob kneel like a dog.
Bang.
And that Solo is the only family Royce has left, because he talked about, I brought Tala, I brought Tama, I brought Jacob. Who do you think called in for you?
Yeah, that's cold though. Solo is not recruiting. He is emotionally concerning this man. Yeah,
that he is. And Royce tells him he didn't bust his ass just to get here and fall in line, though.
He's taking pot shots at Jacob. I like Royce more every week. He's getting that stubborn fighter energy.
The women's title scene was busy too, with Rhea Ripley coming out still banged up from Clash in Italy. Charlotte Flair came out and said she respects Rhea, but Queen of the Ring is coming. And at SummerSlam, she wants the title. Then boom, here comes Tiffany saying she wants the title too. Bam! Jade Cargill says she's coming for what's hers.
Basically, everybody looked at Rhea's title like it was a plate of food at the cookout. The last plate of food.
Charlotte suggests she and Tiffany team up against Jade and Michin. Nick Aldis makes it official. Jade and Michin get the win after Jade hits the Jaded on Tiffany.
Yes, Jade needed that. If she's still chasing Rhea, she needed to stand tall. So
Yeah, for sure, because you can't make her look weak.
Yeah.
We also got Blake Monroe sending a message to Tiffany saying Tiffy time is about to run into Monroe minutes.
TikTok. That's a clean line, though.
Yeah, that was I didn't expect that one from her, but she does surprise me every week.
Yeah, she's really good.
Carmelo Hayes and Ricky Saints had a strong match, with Ricky stealing the win by holding the tights on the O'Connor row.
Good on him, mate. Melo and Ricky have natural friction. And Mr. Trick Willie, Mr. Trick and A, and the United States title in that orbit, that mid-card scene is cooking.
That it is. It's cooking real well now.
They got the chef with the lemon pepper steppers.
They got the chef with the lemon pepper steppers. Nice.
Yeah.
Chelsea lost to Lash Legend after Tiffany didn't come out to help her this time. This keeps that whole Chelsea and Tiffy tension alive. I'm sure we're going to see more backstage segments with those two. Also, Gable apologized to Rey Fénix for mocking Lucha Libre with the El Grande Americano mask. Fénix forgave him, but reminded him that he wasn't the only luchador that he'd offended.
And that apology tour matters, because on Raw, it kept on going.
And in the main event, we saw Braun Breaker, Trick Williams, Dominik Mysterio, and Damian Priest battling out in the King of the Ring first round action. This was a wild match. Braun was suplexing everybody. Trick had his moments. Priest was rolling. Dom tried to steal everything he could.
And the Judgment Day did what the Judgment Day does.
Yep, Liv distracts the ref. JD gets involved. Priest chokeslams JD, but Liv hits the low blow behind the ref's back. Dom hits the 619 and a frog splash, and Dominik Mysterio advances.
Dom is the luckiest criminal in WWE, but he's just not a criminal. He's the greatest luchador of all time. He's not the son of Rey Mysterio. That guy's a deadbeat. You know, I can go on for days.
I loved how he closed it saying, "Count your days, Oba Femi." That was good stuff there.
I guess he better count his days.
But that brings us to Raw. Raw opened up in Paris with Oba Femi, and the ruler said he does not believe in predictions. He believes in spoilers, saying he'll run through everybody at King of the Ring, win the crown, and collect one trophy he still wants: the head of Brock Lesnar.
And you know what he called Brock? A big, bad bitch.
Oh my God, yes, he did.
I love it.
They popped so hard for that,
they did. Because the accent is just so great.
That it is.
Yeah. Oba woke up and chose violence in multiple ways. Oba reminds me of Kratos, dog.
He really does.
Like, I swear he has Kratos aura.
Dominik Mysterio interrupts and tells Oba he's just a rookie. He's been here for what, a cup of coffee?
Yeah. While
Dom calls himself a 20-year vet and El Rey de los Luchadores.
You said it right. Cue the music. The nerve of Dominik Mysterio is Hall of Fame level, which is
that's Dom.
Yeah.
Everything he does is Hall of Fame level.
Yes, exactly.
JD tries to attack Oba with the chair, which Oba just shrugs off. Dom hits the 619. Oba catches him, tosses him, and says, "We all know Rey Mysterio is your father, but next week I'll introduce you to your daddy."
Well, that's disrespectful, because his dad's not here.
Yeah.
Ray's not his dad, bro.
For
how many times he gotta tell you this? I got your back, Dom.
Somewhere Eddie's rolling in his grave from that line. Mm-hmm. Next week, Oba versus Dom in the King of the Ring semifinal, and Roman returning to Raw is finna be loaded.
Yeah, Raw is loaded. Dom better bring the whole clubhouse and a getaway car,
even a mask,
and a tank, and a shotgun, and
an invisible cloak,
a zombie horde.
Man, you will not be able to get away from Oba Femi, even if you steal that one.
Vengeance is mine.
Seth Rollins also made it clear that the vision is in his past. He says the present is the King of the Ring, and the future is him taking back the World Heavyweight Championship. He says it's the title that he created, and which is the title that Roman is now holding on to.
Yeah, Seth is talking about Roman. Always hits different because there's history there, and he can say whatever he wants about Roman, like nobody else can.
That he can. And later, he stirs the pot with the Usos, saying maybe being bag boys for Roman is the best thing they'll ever accomplish. That leads to tension with Jacob Fatu because Jacob makes it clear that he acknowledges Roman, but not the Usos.
Yeah, Usos talking slick out of their neck. You know what I'm saying? Calm it down before they start looking like red around here for Friday.
Start tripping big shoes.
For real. The Bloodline is never quiet, but even when they're not fighting, they're probably fighting.
Yeah, for real. In the Queen of the Ring first round match, Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, and Chelsea Green had a really fun fatal four-way. Alexa looked strong. She looked snappy, quick. Becky hit the manhandle slam. Chelsea hit the unprettier and kept the comedy going. But Liv sneaks in with a jackknife roll-up and advances.
Yeah, Liv is stacking wins while the clubhouse is slowly turning into a reality show. I told my wife that she was going to win because she can't, she lows.
Liv Morgan.
Yeah, she's doing her job, though. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and people were talking smack online. Oh, they don't want to see a feud between Raquel and the Judgment Day, but they're going to get what they're going to get. And I don't care what you want. They don't care what you want. Yeah. You're going to like it. Eat your vegetables.
Then we get Ruca defending the Women's Intercontinental Championship against Lyra Valkyria. This was a strong athletic match. Lyra had answers, Soul had the counters, and when Lyra's foot got caught in the ropes, Soul hit that Soul Snatcher to retain.
Yeah, Soul is being presented like a problem, not just a prospect, a problem. You know, she just shows up, snatches her soul, and leaves. Yeah.
Yep. Bayley was in Lyra's corner, encouraging her to do whatever it takes, but Lyra came up short. That loss could become important later, though.
And Bayley giving advice always has a little bit of an edge to it.
Yeah.
Like, is she trying to help you, or is she planning something?
I would think she's planning something. I mean, she did look kind of thrown off by Lyra going for the title and all that.
Exactly.
So
Well, what about us?
Yeah, exactly. So I'd imagine she's going to be turning soon. LA Knight came out and cut a promo about King of the Ring, Roman Reigns, and the whole Bloodline vortex. He says Roman has conned the fans and that if he eventually faces Roman, the whole family will probably come down and protect him.
Yeah, and he's never wrong.
No, they always come out and protect him. But Jay, of course, interrupts and tells him to stay in his lane. LA says he respects Jay protecting his family, but then closes with, from the bottom of my heart, screw your family.
Ooh, that's what he said. Warning shot. Wow. That was beautiful. That was
Stupid.
peak LA Knight. Yeah. Compliment sandwich and then a little extra disrespect in the middle. You know what I'm talking about? Like that pie from the Help.
Jimmy had to stop Jay from running into the ring after Knight talked more mess as he was trying to walk away. I don't like that Knight let him sit there and run it back. He should have clotheslined the out of him. Excuse me. But it's true. He did interrupt it, but he caught the fans' attention back again, saying, you know, he gets the whole thing about the eat
It's
thing.
damn true. LA Knight is poking the bear, but the bear is a whole Samoan family who like mayonnaise, cook out every day, you know, turkey ass with mayonnaise on it.
You know, so good. It reminds me of Norbit, bro.
Razor blades and lemon juice. That's what they're gonna come with them with. Razor blades and lemon juice. They better watch out with them Samoans.
Penta defended the Intercontinental Championship against Rey Mysterio in one of the best matches of the night. It was fast-paced, crisp counters everywhere. Penta ends up retaining with the Mexican Destroyer.
The Poison Rana.
Oh, yeah.
Rey's a veteran, though, so that match ruled. It felt like a tribute to Lucha Libre and a title fight at the same time.
After the match, Ethan Page and Rusev attack Penta and Rey. Dragon Lee runs in. Then Rusev rips off Rey's mask, which brings out Chad Gable. Gable suplexes everyone in sight, puts Page in an ankle lock, and gives Rey's mask to Penta.
Dang. That was the best step in Gable's apology tour. You don't just say sorry. You show up when the culture you disrespected gets disrespected.
For real. I mean, he's trying to do this whole apology tour, and I'm guessing they're trying to build him up, is what it seems. But earlier, Gable did apologize to PENTA, later apologizing to Rey and Dragon Lee. Rey accepted, but told him he might need to look back a little further than that lucha mask that he had, and of course he means Alpha Academy.
And that's next step is Otis and Maxine and Tozawa may need an apology too.
But you would think Maxine might have something up her sleeve and jump Gable.
At the Judgment Day. She's
with the Vision.
She'll be seen with not Cam.
Then we're going to see, like you said, we might end up seeing Rollins having a team against the Vision at
Alpha Academy.
War Games.
Champions Club.
The Champions Club. That's who he was champ with. Was
I was like, you were saying that. I was waiting for you to say,
oh,
you did the Seth Rollins laugh.
Then we go.
Perfect.
Then the main event. Seth Rollins, Javon Evans, Ricky Saints, and Tala Tonga fought in another King of the Ring first round match. Tala looked like a monster, as he should. Seth was rolling late, but Austin Theory drags the ref out. Montez Ford brawls with Theory. Braun Breaker spears Seth, and Javon Evans hits the OG cutter on Ricky Saints to win. I did not expect that victory.
Me neither, but he's a young OG. You know, he does what he does. That was a beautiful mess.
That it was.
Wrestling at its finest.
I was excited to see the young OG take it. Let's see what he can do when he runs with it now.
Yeah.
But I love that curb stomp from Seth off of the, what was it, the announce table that he did on Tala?
Barricade.
Yes, beautiful.
Yep.
Beautiful. Javon advances, but the bigger story is Braun costing Seth, of course. So Seth can say the Vision is dead all he wants, but Breaker is not done with him.
Yeah, now let's get into NXT. It's in the game. But before, Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker, he ain't getting out of that group chat.
No. They're not letting him.
He showed up like
off
Triple
that
H.
easy.
He showed up like Triple H at the house with
the
sledgehammer. And Randy Orton. You need to put Randy Orton's face on Seth Rollins' face on Randy Orton's like this.
So now let's go ahead and get into NXT before we close. NXT opened with Fraxium against Noam Dar, and Romeo Moreno. This was a fun tag match with speed, counters, and a lot of respect there at the end.
Fraxium is still one of those teams where you blink and you miss 3 moves.
Maybe 4 or 5.
Maybe 7 or 8, 9, 10, 6, 7, whatever.
Fraxium wins after Axiom hits the golden ratio, and Frazier follows up with that beautiful Phoenix Splash. Afterward, they shake hands. Frazier tells Noam Dar that Moreno should be his tag partner.
Yeah, that's a nice little endorsement. Moreno looked like he belonged.
Yeah, he looked like him and Dar had been a tag team.
Yeah.
So that would be a beautiful thing for Dar to sink his teeth into, since he's been gone for so long.
He need to go to the main roster already, to be honest with you. Noam
He
Dar's
was there for a little bit, I guess you could say, whenever he did the 205 thing. That doesn't count. Then we had Naraku versus Mason Rook to determine the number 1 contender for Tony D'Angelo's NXT Championship. This was a big,
bad
physical match. Rook had power, Naraku had the edge, and Cam Hendricks gets involved.
Boo.
Distracts Rook, and Naraku hits into the abyss for the win.
Like, I hope Mason Rook does all his finishers from Progress on Cam. Naruko feels different. He is not just another challenger. He's moving like a horror movie villain, bro, for real. I like it.
I like it too, but I would assume that maybe this is gonna give Mason Rook the argument of, hey, it wasn't fair, and possibly into some kind of triple threat with Hendricks in order to determine the number 1 contender. But I would assume, you never know. They're probably just gonna go on with this Naraku stuff and visit that later.
I would think so. And whoever gets
Yeah.
Yeah.
Afterward, he gives Tony D'Angelo an envelope. Later explained that it's an invitation to meet before the title match.
That's never good. If a big scary wrestler hands you an envelope, don't open it. Call security, National Guard,
FBI,
the Avengers,
DA, CIA,
you know, the X-Men,
the X-Men,
Justice League.
They might not make it. They didn't make it. They only made it for like one movie.
Oh,
but anyway, Kendall Gray and Kalani Jordan battled for a #1 contender spot themselves for the NXT Women's Championship. This was a strong back and forth match. Kalani tried to use the ropes but got caught, and the two traded pins until Kendall Gray hit that Shades of Gray out of nowhere for the win.
That was beautiful. Big win for Kendall, and Kalani is not taking losses very well.
No, she's not. And they said that this would have been her first time going for the NXT title if she won, which is unfortunate. I think Kalani is that type of talent that should be in that picture
She'll get there.
constantly, especially now with so much development that she's gone through. She's grown immensely since being in NXT 2.0.
I do honestly think that they're gonna end up taking that belt off of Lolis. She's probably gonna go on their roster soon anyway. But that division keeps moving. Nobody stands still.
Yeah, nobody gets to stand still. But Kendall is now the #1 contender, so good for her. We also got the Mr. NXT pageant, which was funny in the best possible way. Tristan Angels and Shiloh Hill and it was judged by Aaron Rourke, who I guess was
Evolve champion, right?
Is that the one who I thought Matt Matthews was the Evolve?
Sure.
But I was talking about the comedian guy that was there, the other guy. He was a comedian. But also, Kit Wilson. This was great, man. I enjoyed it. It was like a kind of a guilty pleasure because it was just too funny. I could not chuckle.
Oh, duh. I mean, it's hilarious. I mean, Kit's there, so it's gonna be great. This was ridiculous in the best way possible.
Yeah.
Best NXT way possible.
They had the entire final answers, the whole deal. Shiloh solves the Rubik's Cube within a minute, does tricks. Angels comes and pushes Shiloh out the way, says he could do the Rubik's Cube, fails miserably.
Yes.
Then he tries to show off his juggling act. Shiloh Hill comes out in a unicycle juggling and then gives his sincere answer about NXT helping him find himself.
Yeah, and he wins. Basically, how do you beat somebody who's on a unicycle juggling and then they give you the emotional growth speech?
Yeah, for real. That's the whole package, right?
You know, either way, even if Kit called them both toxic.
Kit still went for Angels though, but
Yeah.
we know why.
Yes, boy.
Oh man, I popped for that just because he just looks like he fits in with
he
Pretty
does.
Deadly.
Hey, maybe they got an idea there. You never know.
Once Elton Prince comes back,
If
hopefully we can
Kit
see.
Wilson don't want nothing to do with him. He's toxic too. Watch, this is exactly what's gonna happen.
Oh man. Shiloh Hill becomes the first ever Mr. NXT while Tristan Angels gets mad and attacks him with the chair afterwards and lays him out.
Yeah, that man lost a pageant and chose attempted murder.
First 48! Oh man. Dion Lennox and
Speaking of first 48.
Dion Lennox defeated Jasper Troy after distractions involving Osiris Griffin and Saquon Sugars. After the match, Sugars attacks Griffin with the baseball bat from behind because they're paying attention to the Tron instead of behind them, which glitched a little bit.
Yeah. It was
Boy didn't have
buffering.
no good service.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody was on the phone, like some dial-up internet. That whole crew situation is getting ugly very fast.
That it is. We also saw on social media a video of Natty training at the dungeon, only for Jada Parker to come into hallowed sacred grounds like that and attack her.
The nerve of you youngins got no respect for your aunties and uncles. That's good. That's good though. I mean, but it made things personal quickly.
Yeah, it is.
Now he's gonna rip her head off.
And in the main event, we saw Tatum Paxley defend the Women's North American Championship against Zaria. Tatum fought hard. She hit the coast to coast, which looked brutal. She had counters. But Zaria, she's a beast, man. She kept surviving. Eventually hitting the spear, followed with an F5 to win the title.
I'm the best. I'm the beast. Zaria finally got it. And the way they built that, it felt earned.
And your new NXT Women's North American Champion, Zaria.
Yes, that's a big moment. You deserve it. She's been circling that title, and now the division has her to deal with the champion. She's gonna be double champ. Pull up on Soul.
That one's gonna be hard. That's gonna be hard for everybody to dethrone her.
Yeah. She's gonna have to pull an Oba Femi and put the titles and go to the main roster.
For real, I
can see
that is somebody you would do that
Heck
with.
yeah.
I agree with that.
There's no more room here for me. I did it all.
So overall this week, felt like WWE was setting the table for the big stretch. King and Queen of the Ring are moving fast. The Night of Champions is coming. SummerSlam implications everywhere. And the Bloodline story is still swallowing up everything around it.
And the best part about it is that there's multiple stories that feel like they can exploit at any minute. Sami and Cody, Gunther and Cody, Dom and Oba, Seth and Braun, LA Knight and the Bloodline.
Cody and Cody.
Yeah, Liv and Raquel, Gable.
Sami and El Generico.
Yeah, dude. Kevin Owens and Kevin Owens. Randy Orton and Batista. Who knows? Anything can happen, bro, in the WWE, like they say in the video games. Gable's apology tour, though, of course.
Yeah, SmackDown gave us championship controversy. Raw gave us tournament chaos. And NXT gave us title changes plus new contenders. And the Newswire gave us everything from real-life health updates to a flag causing a power outage. Imagine that.
Mm-hmm. That's ridiculous right there, but that's why we say it every week. Wrestling is never boring.
Never that. It's not. But also, let me mention this before we get off the air, where we talked about Dave Meltzer claimed that there was a clause in TNA's partnership with WWE to which WWE can purchase them at a pre-approved price. As they have their whole partnership, that was a whole thing agreed. But this is something that has been going on for years. Before they started NXT UK, they were doing it with British promotions as well. So, I mean, they didn't buy them.
Yeah.
So, just take that with a grain of salt, especially when it comes from Meltzer.
He a hater. He a perpetrator.
Oh, man.
He a buster. Before we get out of here, let us know in the comments who you think should win King of the Ring. Who do you think should win Queen of the Ring?
Who?
And who in the hell does Dominik Mysterio think he is talking on that smack to Oba Femi? He about to get tossed into another dimension.
Also, what do you think about Gunther's condition for Cody's rematch? What is that going to be? Yeah. I'm really curious to see that. Is Sami justified or is he just losing it?
Nah, he's talking to dead bodies.
And are we finally seeing Gable turn the corner and get that push we've been begging for?
Yes. Make sure you like, subscribe, super kick that like button, elbow drop it, Vader bomb it, whatever you got to do, and share the show with everyone and anyone who's a fellow mark like us and a fellow mark like you.
Yeah, follow us on all platforms, man. We appreciate everybody watching, listening, commenting, and writing with us every single week. We really appreciate it.
Yes, because this is not just our show.
It's yours. For Pat, I'm Chris, and this was your Wrestle WreMarks.